This video is a 4-part series. My Iris Connect Bring Your Own Phone was wrongfully deactivated on April 13, 2025 on a Sunday, and my SIMS card was not even activated for the Galaxy 10. So on Tuesday, April the 29th, I finally got the Galaxy 10 activated and had to pay a fee of almost $30. I tried to avoid paying that fee by having a Hispanic male worker to re-download the eSIMS card to the Iris Connect Bring Your Own Phone. He called customer care. A Filipino woman tried to direct him on doing that, but it was to no avail. It was very hot in that store. The door was not open, and there was no fan, no air conditioning, so I had no choice but to pay that fee. The energy was off, and Metro PCS has a camera at eye level that was recording me, and this video covers Tuesday, April the 29th, Wednesday, April 30th, and May 6th, Tuesday, 2025. Greetings from Little Rock, Arkansas. I finally got my 828 number activated. They couldn't re-download the eSIMS because it was a Bring Your Own. And here comes the transit bus. By the way, today is April the 29th, 2025. It's Tuesday, y'all. I finally got my phone activated and swapped over. The phone company here on Carnal Glen Road in Little Rock, Arkansas. Y'all, over here in the Cash Saver parking lot, they ain't got no air conditioning in there. It's hot as crap, but at least I got my phone working. I had to pay a fee of $27.45 because their site isn't working, and they charge you a fee if they got to swap your phone. I mean, it's working, but when I went to do it, I couldn't receive codes or phone calls. I couldn't receive text messages or phone calls. So that is why I had to come up here. I'm in Little Rock. It's after 6 o'clock p.m. I haven't been on a transit bus in a long time. Here comes number 14. Road. Metro PCS closed at 6 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday, April the 29th, 2025 on Carnal Glen Road in the parking lot of the old Kroger's store that is now Cash Saver Edwards. Y'all, they kept my Iris Connect phone. Now I got to turn around and come right back up here. This is the last place that I want to come back to because that store is busy hot. Also, Metro PCS is intentionally fixing their having their website to where a customer cannot successfully swap their phone or activate a SIMS card, where they're forced to have to go into the store and then they have to pay a fee of almost $30 to get their phone swapped. Greetings from Little Rock, Arkansas. I am riding Rock Region Metro.
Next stop, Colonel Glen Road, University Avenue.
April 30th, 2025 is Wednesday. The time is approximately 12:29 p.m. Y'all, they have upgraded some of the buses. As you can see, the time here displayed. They also have put in some USB ports. All the buses don't have them, but if you need to charge your phone, they do have them here. I am at the intersection of Carnal Glen Road, and I believe we're merging off of Asher Avenue. I'm on Rosedale, bus number 14, and I'm on my way back to Metro PCS by T-Mobile. Y'all, they used to be a pretty good company yesterday, and it was crazy that, was the first time that I used my 828 number since April the 13th, 2025. On a Sunday, a Filipino girl deactivated it when I called 611. Y'all, when I went over there yesterday, it was so hot, pissy hot. There was no air conditioning. There's the big chateau apartments that are closed now. But y'all, there was no air conditioning at all in Metro PCS telephone store. And it wasn't until later that I discovered that the Iris Connect, which was a Bring Your Own phone, got left at the store. And the guy's energy must have been that of a witch doctor
or a shapeshifter. I'm not saying that he's a bad person, but what I'm saying is there were other customers that came in there. He didn't provide them any services. He said that his system was down and that they could not pay their bills. And so anyways, I'm getting ready to come up on my stop. We're at someplace called Pub Where is that leather apparel, but I believe it's shut down. And now look, there's a lot of homeless people out there. I just noticed that. So my stop is coming up.
Stop requested.
So y'all, let me get off the bus. I'm at Cash Saver Edwards. Okay, you all, I just got off the bus. I am on Colonel Glenn Road. I'm at the Metro PCS Shopping Center. Cash Saver, they still have the Dollar Tree, but it used to be Kroger's. U-Haul storage places up the road. They have Captain D's up the street, Circle K. There's a new store called Super Sazon. It looks like a Hispanic store right there. I have to go over here and get my Iris Connect phone. Y'all, it was hot as hell in this Metro PCS store. And every time I call, like if I call customer service, it's either a person with a woman with a Filipino accent and or an Indian Bangladeshi accent or some Hispanic guy or some sort. I didn't want to come back over to this god-awful place. Do you know, yesterday it was just that one person inside of the store, the one customer service rep. It was Hispanic and it was hot as hell in there. No fan on, no AC. I don't have to sit under the air conditioning, but it was stifling hot. And it was just a weird energy. It's like there's some entity that is obsessed with my energy. It was so crazy how I didn't get out of here until right at 3 minutes before 6 o'clock yesterday, which would have been on Tuesday, April the 29th. I think I missed Bible studies after all of this. But anyways, you all, I'm approaching the store and I'm going to get my Iris Connect phone. And y'all, oddly, they have a camera right at the cashier, right at the place where you check out or whatever. Let me get my composure together. But y'all, the store has fallen from grace. It didn't used to be this bad. It was my children's father, Ray Jackson. I shouldn't say his name. That tipped me off to the Tro store. I actually used to have services with another carrier, and it was just during the short time that I was in San Jose that I transferred my number to Metro PCS. It's nothing but Filipino people. I have nothing against them. That works like if you call the customer service line, it's just them. So y'all, here goes. Look, it says we'll be back in 1 hour. I'm going to get my phone. Isn't this tacky? Y'all, unless they go on to lunch. They have my phone because I called them before I came up here. It's somebody that is obsessed, so I'm going to step away from here and I'm going to go over there for a while. Y'all look, they got 2 locks right here, and then right here it says we'll be back in 1 hour. Maybe they had a lunch, but yesterday it was just that one Hispanic guy in here. I didn't want to come back up here, and I could have sworn I heard somebody. See, it's located at 6420 Colonel Glenn Road. But anyways, I heard somebody on the phone when I called to see if they had my phone, It's the Hours Connect. It's a female that answered. She said she wasn't working yesterday. It was the guy. Before I get away from here, I want to show you all something. I'm glad they're not in here because this gives me the opportunity to film the inside of the store. When I walked in here, you know how they had little telephones on display, and then right there where you see like a dot right there, that's actually a camera. And the whole time that I'm standing there, of course you're supposed to have cameras, but why have cameras right there at my eye level? It's almost like, who's filming who? That's too close for comfort. The camera should not be right there at the eye level. See, this is where you check out. It's the cashier desk. Y'all, they charge me $27.45, I believe. I know it was $27 and some change for almost $30 for the phone swap. And they said because if I do it online, it's free. But when I went to do that online on Sunday, April the 13th, 2025, and I entered a SIMS card number to activate it, and do you know that it did not, after I put in the full SIMS card number? I tried more than one SIMS as well, and followed by the letter, and it says, sorry, we're having technical difficulties. So then I called, and I'm just recapping. I've said this in previous videos. I'm just recapping the incident that actually led up to this. The incident that led up to me coming here is occurred on April 13, 2025 on a Sunday evening when I called 611 from the phone, and the girl was supposed to, she took the full SIMS card number that was supposed to be activated that I couldn't do on the website, would not accept, and then she said the other phone is not going to work, talking about the Hours Connect. She failed to activate the SIMS card. The guy in here yesterday said that she just assigned the SIMS card to the Galaxy 10, but she didn't activate it. So when she done that, y'all, I could not call, or I could not receive texts or phone calls until like yesterday at 6:00 p.m. when he finally got the SIMS card in there. So I could not receive text messages. I could not receive phone calls. My question is it possible for someone to get your SIMS card number and then dub it and receive phone calls? I'm going to be looking at my call records and stuff. I've already changed my PIN number. I'm just going in here to get my phone. So this is some shady stuff. I could have sworn I heard my brother, but I could have sworn I heard him at this store today. And I'm like, what is he doing in Little Rock, Arkansas, and why would he be at this particular store? That was weird. I don't know like what's going on, but I won't be in business with them too much longer because this is ridiculous. A customer should be able to enjoy their phone services without little interruption and inconvenience. That was really hateful, deliberate, and cruel for that Filipino Asian customer service girl to deactivate the phone that was able to receive text messages and phone calls. And I will be filing a report for this suspicious activity because they need to know that during this particular time frame that I had no access to receive text or phone calls. You never know, people, there are doppelgangers out there. You don't know the motive behind this. I know that I'm an empress regardless of what it looked like, and that, like all empress, we manifest wealth. And I hope that no one has committed broke FCC laws in an effort to try to steal someone's inheritance or tried to hide a will or whatever the motive is, because something isn't right. And then for me, in the middle of the daytime, if they go to lunch, y'all, they're supposed to have more than one person working here. So this is the outside of the store. And then I'm just going to show you all that this is Cash Saver Edwards. Again, it used to be Kroger's. They have a pharmacy down there. They'll say the meat people, and then there's Dollar General. And then there's It's Fashion Metro. It seems like they also have, I don't know if their camera is working, but right here, they have some cameras there. And this place is so like no air conditioning and things that it might, their camera right there probably don't even work. So I'm glad that they, you know, left so that I could film this for the record. So just bring the camera lens out. So it's allowing me to get the best video, because if they were here, I might not have been able to do that. Let me take a snippet. And so it'll be back in 1 hour. They must have took a lunch break. And the thing is, I cannot do business with them anymore. This is so ghetto. Why do they have only one representative in most of their Metro PCS stores? See, Metro by T-Mobile. Why do they have only one rep? There should be more than one. And this is their store hours right down here. Let's capture, let me capture this too. It says their store hours is between 10 a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. And that is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday they're open from 11 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. It was a female that answered the phone, and she asked me if the phone was broken. I said, ma'am, I was in your store until it closed. I said, you should have an Hours Connect. It says a black phone. When you flip it over, it will say Hours Connect. And she was like, she didn't work there yesterday. The thing is, she said that they have it. And I told her I would be there after 12 o'clock noon. What are the odds, y'all? Some people do take their lunch breaks at 12 noon. But again, what are the odds that when I get here and it's 12:45 p.m. that they're nowhere to be found? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this video. I believe I have enough footage right now. And let me let you see what it looked like up here. This is the light fixture. It's all busted up there, bit rusted. Same down there. Can't really see that, but anyways, you see. So anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and probably go over, just walk away from here just for a minute, maybe until 1 o'clock. Maybe they'll be back. I'm just here to get my phone. I'm not gonna do business with them anymore. So anyways, the Hours Connect phone, I'm filming this while I'm talking, was completely unlocked. And he knew it was unlocked because he had to reboot it and he couldn't get the eSIMS downloaded yesterday. And what I realized is that I had an alternate Gmail account that was associated with the phone. Log into that Google account from a different device because they were already closed after 6 o'clock p.m. And I disconnected the Hours Connect phone from the Gmail account. Also deleted some apps from there. And do you know, because even though that phone doesn't have data service, he had the internet connected, the Wi-Fi, the stored Wi-Fi connected to the Hours Connect phone. So that allowed me to go to Google and then click Find My Device, and it traced it right here in the parking lot of Cash Saver Edwards. So y'all, what do you think? You come in here and you can guarantee that the camera ain't gonna be, they got another camera up in the air somewhere, but this one right here is right in the customer's face. So why do they have their camera right there in the customer's face? And I don't want my identity stolen, not accusing no one of anything, but that phone was unlocked, which could have exposed it to addresses, contacts, and things. On top of that, the only thing they can get now is, they got some cool music he playing, whoever he is, kind of look Hispanic looking, but anyways, the beat was pretty cool. Kind of almost sound like Afro beats. This could have allowed them to get their hands on physical addresses and contacts because the phone was not locked. And the reason why it wasn't locked is because initially it was locked, but I removed the lock feature because that Iris Connect keep downloading random viruses followed by like letters, codes, and numbers. And so when I would try to like type in the password to get into the phone, it would be very difficult to do it. So I unlocked it. I removed the password. Easier to get in there. The only thing they could see are the text messages. I'm going to make sure that they did not delete the text messages, that the date of the transaction, which would have been April the 13th. And
Yes, ma'am.
I just need my phone that was left in here, the Iris Connect. Yes, please. Thank you, thank you. I got my Iris Connect.
I was on break earlier, so that's why I didn't call. I didn't answer nothing. I was not done.
You have to take a lunch break, right?
My lunch hour.
They need to get you some help and some air in here. It's so hot. Have a good day. Thank you. It has an odor in there, like somebody smells. That lady, I hope it wasn't her, but she purchased a PC.
Wi-Fi modem.
But it could have been anybody. So y'all, this is my phone here.
Greetings from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is Tuesday, May the 6th, 2025. This video is going to be a part of a series from other clips that I've filmed regarding Metro by T-Mobile, where a representative took my full SIMS card number and then deactivated the Iris Connect, which was associated with a previous phone consumer, swapped to them because Metro, their data services was down eventually due to them doing something on the satellite. And that was Metro by T-Mobile has some type of, like if a customer should be able to swipe or switch their device and be able to activate a SIMS card online at the website and or by phone. On April the 13th, 2025, on a Sunday evening, I went online to Metro. First, I tried it in the app, and I did not see any feature in the app for me to swipe my device because they have made changes to the app. So I went directly to the T-Mobile by Metro website, sent a code to verify that it's you. They'll text you a code. When I went in there and put in the SIMS card number that I needed to change and swap out for the Galaxy 10, this is the message I had received on April the 13th. 2025, which would have been last month. It said, "Sorry, we are currently experiencing technical issues. Please try again." I have a different device and SIMS card that I would like to swipe because I can tell that the Galaxy 10 has been cloned out. So has the SIM card associated with it. Whenever I'm on that phone, on that 28 number, my voice is muffled out, so someone has dubbed the SIMS card. I also called last night because I was looking for the call history on the 828 number. Y'all keep in mind that when this girl deactivated the Iris Connect that was able to receive text messages and phone calls on Sunday evening, April the 13th, 2025, our number, I gave her the full SIMS card number plus the letter following the SIMS card number. She said the other device isn't going to work. Duh, okay. So this is what the other device had, an eSIMS on it, where you have to download it, and it can't be downloaded like a normal one. The Metro eSIMS cannot be downloaded to the Iris Connect without going into the store, and even they had some problems downloaded. The Iris Connect only accept eSIMs, it don't accept a physical SIM. This girl asked me for the full SIMS card number that is to be activated and used in the Galaxy 10. She took the full SIMS card number, deactivated the Iris Connect phone on April 13, 2025 on a Sunday evening. That prevented me from being able to receive calls and text messages, but she did not even bother to activate the SIMS card. You know why? Because if you entered the information of your SIMS card or the new device, this is what's going to show up on their website. Sorry, we are currently experiencing technical issues. Please try again later. Y'all, the SIMS card number is correct. The device information is correct, like the IMEI number and everything. I covered this up with a card halfway. You can see, hold on. Y'all don't need to see all my information. You can see that's my name, Yolanda, and it's the 828 number that is in question. Y'all, I didn't used to have services with Metro by T-Mobile. During the short time that I was out in San Jose, California, the end of 2019, my children's father suggested that I get a new phone, but I would need to switch over to Metro by T-Mobile because I had a different phone carrier. And I don't have any dealings with him anyways. I normally would not have did business with Metro by T-Mobile. I'm going to leave them because the company is being ran wrongly by foreigners, Philippines and Asia, and in India, and probably Atlantic countries. I have nothing against them people, but they are doing some shady stuff. For them to be able to disable my phone, y'all, I could not make phone calls from the 828 number or receive text messages until I went in there physically, and that was on April the 29th, April the 30th, like the last day of April. So somebody had like between April the 13th, 2025 to April the 30th, 2025 to use my 828 number. Somebody could have dubbed this SIMS, put it in another phone, made phone calls and received text messages without my authorization. So last night I requested, I looked in there, I looked at the call history, and it didn't show no call history for me. Y'all, I had paid, it only costs $1 or $2 to be able to view your call history of when outgoing and incoming calls are received from Metro by T-Mobile. I've been added that as a feature, y'all. And do you know that when I went to look at my call history, that feature was missing? Last night around 8 p.m. I had to call them and request that I be able to view my call history. In order to deactivate them having access to it, you have to actually activate another SIMS card and or device in order to disable the one that the criminal has dubbed or cloned, you know, where they have copied it. You have to actually swap it out for a different SIMS, a different device. When you do that, that'll deactivate whatever the criminal has cloned, like the phone, the SIMS. But anyways, y'all, I'm getting ready. I already got my transfer pin number. It's active for 7 days. I'm getting ready to swap carriers. And this video is to show that Metro by T-Mobile do not allow customers to successfully swap their phones and SIMS card on their own anymore. Do you know I went into Metro by T-Mobile on Colonel Glenn Road in Little Rock, Arkansas? They charged me almost $30 to activate the other SIMS card that should have already been activated. And he said that she just assigned the SIMS card number to the device, but she didn't activate it. Do you know that they charged me almost $30? He said that if the customer cannot swipe their device or activate their SIMS card by phone or online at their website, and if you got to come into their store to do it, charge you $20-something. It's almost $30 that to come out of pocket to just activate a SIMS card that I had already have a couple of those SIMS cards that I purchased from a Metro store. They're like $10, $12, okay? How many customers have Metro PCS had to go out of pocket and give them almost $30 for activating a SIMS card that was already purchased? And how many people am I buying lunch for? Please get your immigration under control. With that note, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.